Claude Fable is back. Let's go. I wasn't even planning on live streaming today, but I was like, you know what? Claude Fable is freaking back. And check this shit out. Here we go. Boom. We are extending access to Claude Fable 5 on paid plans through July 12th. I don't know why that felt so hard to read. We are back. I was literally thinking like, man, after using Fable, like I'm gonna just wait for GPT 5.6. But hey, we got Claude Fable. Rumors are that GPT 5.6 comes out on Thursday. If I'm not mistaken, did I save that? No, I did not. Also, check out this cool skill. Hold up. Bit random, but we just crossed it, so I thought, why not? Check out this cool skill. Found a wild token hack that only works properly on Fable 5. Claude charges image tokens by pixel size, not by how much text is in the image. So someone built a proxy that renders your context into PNGs before sending it to the API. Before, it cost him 92,000 tokens for a dense tool result. After, it only cost him 4,700 tokens for the same content as a PNG. End-to-end billing savings, 59 to 70%. Pretty cool skill. I was planning on making a short form video about it, but you guys can check it out here. It's called PX Pipe. PX Pipe. Already got 4.7 thousand GitHub stars. Definitely worth checking out. It's basically a hack that renders your text as an image, and they found out that Claude Fable 5's token usage per pixel on an image is cheaper than if we just gave it a block of text. And so by using this method, it converts your text into image, and Claude Fable 5 reads it through that method, and you actually end up saving on tokens. Pretty handy. I haven't tested it yet, but hey, seems pretty legit. Keen on making a video about it. But yeah, how are you all doing, man? What's good? What's crack-a-lackin'? Fable 5 is back. Emilio, good to see you in the chat, man. Hope you've been well. Haven't seen you in a while. Hasn't Fable 5 been back? It was about to go today. So yes, last live stream, we finished our Fable 5 usage, and I was about to get reset, but it was going to end today. So we got it back. Pretty excited about that. Today I kind of want to go through this list here, as well as a few things in regarding feedback that I've gotten. Also, I don't know if you guys saw the Argentina versus Egypt game. Bro, this was the craziest game ever. Dude, Egypt was wrecking Argentina. It was literally like Egypt was winning by like at the 50-minute mark by 2 goals. They even scored a third goal, but the guy was offside. So they literally would have been up by 3 freaking goals. Egypt was playing so well. And then after the first half, around 60 to 70-minute mark, Argentina comes back and scores 3 freaking goals, bro. It was actually the craziest game ever. If you're not into soccer and you want to get into soccer, I recommend watching this game. It was actually really cool. Was a really entertaining game. Egypt was also the team that wrecked Australia, so bit cut about that. But yeah, it's pretty dope. Also, I don't know if anyone's noticed the new update on Claude, but check this out. Can you tell that something is different? I don't know if you've noticed the new update, but something is different in the Claude app. And it's got something to do with this section right here. Notice how they merged co-work into chat. It's now called home. So you literally have the coding section, and now you have the home section. So this is a pretty interesting thing. I actually am in full support of it, because if you really think about it, co-work and chat are like one in the same. I remember that I stopped even using chat because every time I asked it to do something, it would be like, oh, I can't control your browser, or I can't, open this, or I can't do anything. I'm limited to chat. And so I was like, what the hell? I'll just go into co-work. now they're connected. Makes a lot of sense. I don't know why they didn't do it sooner. But yeah, shout out to the new update. In terms of code, I forgot to merge the recent update last night. I left it for Opus 4.8. Oh, here we go. Look at this. I literally said, can you merge dev into the main repo? And it's left me with this question. I literally prompted it and then I went to bed. And I was like, it'll happen while I'm asleep. And clearly, it didn't happen. I've been asked this question. So shout out to Jmart for merging the dev last night while I was asleep. I hope you guys are enjoying the new update. Emilio, what do you mean you don't have the update? I literally saw your screenshot. Your screenshot means that you got the update. So Emilio basically sent feedback regarding this. This means you got the update. I don't know if I don't have it in the inside of my app. Do I? Do you like the Claude app over VS Code? I don't really like VS Code, to be honest, as I'm not a developer, so I don't really code. So VS Code is kind of a no-go for me. So yes, I guess I would. But I prefer Conductor, which is my app of choice. Damn, I've been inside of the developer environment for so long. This is the first time going inside of my main app. Now I want to use Fable. Notice how long it's taking to load here. Oh, actually, never mind. It happened pretty quick. So, okay, yeah, there's 2 bars here we need to fix. I think we can start using Conductor because I've been using Fable inside of Claude Code this whole time. And I think we can probably move to Conductor. Let me just make sure everything inside of Claude is complete. Build, decide for external save tools, set up index. We'll go Fable here. I kind of wanted to move, but it's all right. If there's just one thing we need to manage. Confirm this has been done. I love how Fable actually goes out of its way to like check visually. I feel like Opus 4.8 doesn't do this as much. Slyfawn, how we doing, bro? Hope you're doing well. All right, orchestration done. I don't know if you guys have tried the new orchestration feature inside of Ace. It's really cool. You should check it out. This is regarding group chat installation, which is done. Ace Bench repo. Oh yeah, we did an Ace Bench yesterday, and Ace beat Fable 5 in a few of the areas, and even chat agreed with me. It wasn't just me. It wasn't just me talking out of my asshole. It was you guys in chat helping me. We ran a poll, and Ace actually won versus Fable, so that was really cool. I'll show you guys a bit later. Also, I'm sick. Just came back from Fiji. Hence why I was away last week. Little family trip. Okay, so it's looking like everything's good in here. I'm just trying to move. I'm inside of Claude Code right now, and I'm trying to stop using Claude Code because I don't really like it that much. So let's go inside of Conductor. I haven't opened up Conductor in like such a long time. Doing great, Doobie. How about you? I'm doing really well, bro. As you can see, I'm a bit sick. Let me go ahead and just archive everything, even though there's probably some unfinished business there. And let's go hard on Fable. All right, first thing we're going to do is we are going to toggle this to Fable. We are going to use extra high because we love extra high. And the first thing is there's 2 of these. So let's fix that. 2. The new update for the app has created 2 side menu bars. So can we remove the right one and just keep the left one? Also, I noticed the agent option is like faded, meaning it probably isn't working right now. When I press it, nothing happens. So can we look into why that is as well and make sure everything's functioning? I actually really like the new sidebar. I think it looks a lot cleaner compared to the old one. Let's go ahead and send that. Bro, how can I earn with AI in India? What up, Noob Master? People don't pay well for services here. Any ideas, please? Doing great, Juby. How about you? Hope you well, G. Do you have any advice? So, Noob Master, I would recommend if you build an app for Western people, then the money that comes in from that app, like you can choose how much to charge. I think it's really tricky when you're in an environment that's very different, because I feel like your mindset and the way that you think is similar to that environment, and your standard and the quality that you think is good is very different to a different environment. So what I would recommend is you need to familiarize yourself with the environment that you're trying to tackle. So if it's Western countries like Europe, US, Australia, then you need to start, watching creators in that space. Watch like Australian creators, watch US creators, watch what are people doing, what's acceptable, what's considered really good, and then you're going to get a level of quality that is acceptable in these countries, and then you can build apps for these countries. Using a VPN when you're creating a TikTok account, so you can target US countries. If you have a very like strong Indian accent, then you probably can't make content targeting the US, because it's just very obvious and it makes people want to click away. So it's tricky. You need to find workarounds. Like, for example, Reddit is a really good way to target US citizens, because that way, it's just text and you're able to talk to people from the US. A lot of people on Reddit are from the US. So you just got to start thinking outside the box a little bit. How can I target US or Western countries from India? Because, obviously sponsorships aren't going to pay you. Making videos, the CPM is really low. So you need to consider, okay, how can I get Western country people to use my app? And then I can charge Western prices. You know what I mean? Hope that helps. You just got to reverse engineer it, What's the first problem? What's the second problem? What's the third problem? And then work backwards from those problems. Ace Bench info sounds fantastically great. Bravo. I wonder if you're planning to or have cross-reference to another relatively similar yet recognized benching platform. Yeah, I don't really know how that works, Slythorn, to be honest. I'd love to. I'd definitely love to try some other benches for sure. Can I literally just go in and just plug Ace Bench, or how's that work? By the way, thanks a lot for your content, because it's hella addictive and informative, and thanks for the advice. All good, bro. Glad I could help. The other thing I really want to do is I want to create a skills library. So skills implementation is a really big one. But before we do that, I do like getting Fable to, let me just check. My usage has reset, right? I haven't even checked yet. Yep. Nice to see. We reset on Tuesday 11th. So Fable's extended to... Alright, I have a theory, guys. So check this out. Fable is extended until the 12th of July, I believe. So check this out. If you go into the actual announcement here, we're extending access to Claude Fable 5 on paid plans through July 12th. And you scroll down, you're going to see that people are saying, please reset our limits. Very cool. Sounds great for everybody who hasn't touched Fable yet, who probably won't after the extension either. This leads me to believe there's a lot of people whose reset happens later. So I have a theory that they're going to reset rate limits. So we need to pump out our Claude usage right now. And that way the rate limits are going to reset, and then people can enjoy this July 12th extension. So yeah, today's an important stream. I think you can just go in and plug, adapt, or adopt. I think so on some platforms, yes. All right, I'll have to look into that. Cheers, Sliphorn. I luckily don't have a strong Indian accent. I mean, there you go. Or you can always use 11 Labs for AI voice or something. Doobie, I had an idea for you if you'd like suggestions for content. Of course, bro, hit me. I'm always looking for new ideas for content, so let me know what you got for me. All right, let's focus on... I would like you to do a deep dive of ACE and the code, as we've recently added a bunch of new updates and I feel like things are a little slower. So I'm wondering if we can optimize code a little bit to make ACE a bit more faster and responsive. I've noticed it does take up quite a bit of CPU. So yeah, looking for ways to optimize and improve the overall code base. The other thing as well, while that's running, like I'll notice if I'm on a different app and when I click into ACE for the first time, there's like a slight lag or a load. When I open up a project for the first time, there can be a long loading screen. Yeah, so just looking to optimize for things to be a bit faster without breaking anything. That was such a bad prompt. Beating around the bush so much. That's why we have Fable 5 to translate our dumb prompt. What are you planning to make? ACE is my agentic coding environment. It's basically this environment where you can create really complex workflows. So for example, I can go ahead and open up Claude. I can use Fable. And then Fable's obviously really expensive, right? So what I can actually do is I can have Fable orchestrate for these cheaper models. And you can, this isn't just like some basic orchestration either. Like this is actually like, what's going to happen now is it has access to everyone that is underneath it. And it is going to delegate and assign tasks to each individual agent to create a goal. And then what's going to happen is they're going to go out and build the thing or create the thing. And then Fable is then going to review their work. And based off of what they've done, it will then give it a new task or give it like things to change. And what's really cool is you can do like how often you want the orchestration to go for. So max iterations, you can see is 3 here, but you can let it go up to 10. So it's just constantly sending tasks and going back and forth until it finally creates the best output. Reviewer strictness, like you can change it from, fair, tough, brutal. Another thing is you can talk to it inside of here. So for example, I could tag the plan agent and just be like, hey, and now I'm talking to the plan agent individually inside of ACE. So what's really cool is you can talk to them all, or you can talk to just one agent. And this is a really good way to, isolate a certain person in the team if you don't like their specific output. So for example, the plan agent says, we need to build a website first and then the app, but you might think, oh, I actually want to build the app first. So you tell plan, hey, I actually think we should build the app first. So why don't you do that? And then we'll go back. Pretty much, that's it. And so and what's cool about Plan Agent is it has all the context due to the mission contract here, which is landing page. So yeah. Did they turn around taking off Fable? They did not turn it around, but they just made this announcement. We're extending access to Claude Fable 5 on all paid plans through July 12th. Fix this, make no mistakes. Prompt. Yeah, legit. All right, let me look at chat. What's going on here? It's moving a bit fast. Like, the idea is much more on the practical use of AI for generating revenue. So it goes like, you take one random person from the community whom you think is a really good, willing candidate, and maybe, Doobie, have you ever thought of adding an HTML viewer for apps and stuff like that? Like Lovable Replit 10x? Yes, I do want to incorporate that. That's a really good point, actually. Let me actually add that. HTML viewer in app. That way it doesn't need to open up a new local host every time. Or even if it does, it just shows it through the app. Doobie, trust me, not for all the projects, but the hot part, please use Dino or Dino Desktop. It's going to be so much faster. Is the lag or load based on visual widget and connection density? I have no idea. It's a good question, Slyphorn. You will have to ask, I might have to ask Claude Fable 5. The thing, Emilio, is like, I don't know if everything's gonna break. Like, I've only just got Ace to work inside of Mac and Windows to a level where it's making less mistakes. And I can only imagine switching to Dino, just like when you told me to switch to Windows, because all you got to do is install a .exe and everything's going to be fine. No, it was much more complicated than that. I'm sure the same thing's going to happen with Dino. You feel me, Emilio? Also, congrats on your new job, by the way. I heard it's paying well. If so, perhaps lack of prefab factory type shit. All right, I'll be sure to let Fable know. Well, what's Fable saying? It's looking, I'll dig into this per your preferences. It's reading the code base. So new people would be able to see that you actively help people be practical and realize what actually works and what's just gimmicky, like what Jack Roberts shows. Jack Roberts. Ah, yeah. Okay. Good tip. I mean, the thing is, I live stream everything. So I feel like I already show a lot of like what works through my live streams, because you can see me like kind of on the ground doing it. Maybe once I finish this challenge of vibe coding till I make 100K, we could probably do some stuff like that for sure. But right now, kind of pencil sharp focus on this challenge. But I appreciate you, Noob Master. One Piece fan, W? Yes, sir. Dude, massive One Piece fan right now. I've been saving up my LBAF episodes. Anthropic's business model. Step 1, threaten to delete Fable. Fable 5. Step 2, watch users panic dump their entire life savings into token burn due to FOMO. Step 3, extend the deadline. Step 4, profit. Yep, pretty much. It's just like kids stay up all night to finish an assignment just for the teachers to extend the due date. Legit. You missed one message in between. Can you read the chat again? So you get my idea. I don't think I did. Guide him on how he can start making money for a month. 2 episodes in a month, and then you show the results and help them tackle the challenge they face in real time. The 2 weekly update. The thing is, I think you would be surprised how many people just don't do shit. Like, even when I pay people, they still don't do shit. So to find someone who would actually stick to this challenge, who I could come back to, is a lot harder of a task than you might think. Like, it's actually a very hard task. it's just too much admin. Like imagine me getting someone, I think they're a good candidate, and then all of a sudden I've put all this effort into making this video, and then they just like tap out after a week. It's like, all right, well there goes my video, and I've just spent all this time. That's why I kind of like don't like to rely on people. I kind of like to just be a one-man army and do everything myself. Just I know I can rely on myself, you know, and just blame yourself if something fails, and you're good. Can I volunteer for the first person? Noob Master 531. That's a very Noob Master 531 comment. Doobie, where's Booby? Oh yeah, it's a little annoying because it's like in the way a little bit, but we can have it pop up. So I recently got this Tamagotchi, and it upgrades or evolves when I code, which is really cool. So check this out. It's like this little creature right here. I wish they could make the character a bit bigger. I don't know if you guys can see it. Is my camera blocking it? Yeah, it is. Let me move my camera here. And then I think that looks good. Yeah. So yeah, this is my little pet called Booby, and it grows every time I code. So you can see here the different sessions. I've added a little sun to give it some sunlight, but you know, let's give it a whatever that is. Can we remove that? Oh, I know, I've just added 2. Let's add a little fire. Yeah, okay. Oh, that's how you get rid of it. Okay. Oh, you can move it around. That's kind of cool. Bit of a vibe. Anyway, let's not get distracted now. Definitely hard as hell. You end up spending all the time training them. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. What is the purpose of this project and what problem does it solve? Please explain in great detail. It looks very intriguing. Yeah, sure. So this is ACE, and the whole problem that it solves is that you can create complex workflows with your AI agents by just dragging, dropping, and connecting the dots. That's the whole concept. So you don't need to know all this complex technical jargon to be able to orchestrate something, or you don't. For example, another thing that you can do is you can maybe we can go inside this one. I don't know. Is you can create these more complex sort of workflows. You can have 3 different agents debate. The concept is that you have different AI subscriptions, but you don't have them collaborating with each other. And ACE basically helps you do that. Now you can create skills and stuff to, like, you know, let Fable send it to GPT 5.5 or something, but you can't get it to a level where it's production grade. And so ACE kind of gives you that layer. And so what's really cool about ACE is you can literally create these workflows where I can have ChatGPT over here. I'll go up here. You can have ChatGPT, for example, plan. You can have Codex build, Claude build, sorry, and then you could have maybe ChatGPT review. And so you can create this workflow where, and then this would probably be handoff, and then over here, hold up, let me group these as a team. Actually, let me see. Oh, you know what? I've just found a bug. Due to the unnecessary... Hold up. So we recently had output blocks, and we've just removed output blocks. So you used to connect the output block to the agent to then create a workflow. But now I've noticed, because we don't have an output block, it's just blocked the connection. But I think a good way to demonstrate is, you know, you can build a team and you can be like, you know, I want to build a weather app. I don't know why I keep going to weather app. And then you just press this button and describe what you want to build. So for example, I want to build a weather app. And then ACE is then going to analyze your question and come up with clarifying questions. And this is really important because it's going to remove ambiguity. Ace UI UX looks really amazing, man. Cheers, bro. Appreciate that. So let me search any city. Use my current location. I'll say let me search any city. What weather details matter most to you? Hour by hour today. This is going to be multiple choice as well. But yeah, continue. Where do you want to use the finished app? A Mac app I can open, and then continue, and you can build a team basically. And Ace will guide you through this process, because once you build out a team, check this out. It automatically gives them these system prompts. So based off of your mission, it's given it this lengthy system prompt, and you can create this orchestrated team. Shared context. And this really helps you get the most out of your subscriptions, because you're no longer working with them in isolation, you're working with them in combination. And so I recently built Ace Bench. It's not live right now, but I basically built Ace Bench, which lets me measure visually if Ace's output is better than, if you were to use Claude or Fable or whatever. And in the last live stream, you can go watch it if you want. Claude Fable actually produced better output. Not Claude Fable. Ace actually produced better outputs than Claude Fable, which was really cool. This is a big step. And everyone in the chat also agreed. We made a poll. And yeah, people thought Ace was better. So yeah, that's basically how it works. Hope that helps. I kind of jumped all over the place there. Bimbe, good to see you, man. Thing you didn't know you need until you have it. I have 6 agents under one orchestrator. Yo, Bimbe, let's go. So you're liking orchestrator? It's working well? Mark my words, man. I'm going to follow your advice. Be here whenever possible and make some money, and then thank you in some way or form. It's 4:25 a.m. here. I'm trying to learn something. Love your content a lot, man. Yo, Noob Master, let's go. Hyping me up, bro. Your product seems to be very good. What's your marketing strategy? My main marketing strategy is literally live streaming and making good YouTube videos, plugging my Ace app inside of my YouTube videos as sponsorships. I feel like distribution is a little sorted for me already, as through the YouTube channel, through my Instagram, through TikTok, because I've been building it up while I've been working on this app. I've been doing everything at the same time. I've been all push and on the pedal, no brakes. So yeah, it's already out. You can check it out at buildwithace.ai. Yeah, check it out. This is the website. You can go ahead and start for as cheap as $8.25 a month if you sign up for the annual plan today. But yeah, check it out. Support your boy and get the most out of your subscriptions. Okay, so what was I going to do? Oh yeah, okay. I need to change the default to Fable. So we recently made a major update which simplified Ace a lot and removed output blocks and made the agent kind of become the output block. And this is actually causing some issues, because now when you want to create a linear kind of workflow where one agent hands off to another agent who hands off to another agent, I've noticed that it doesn't really work. And so I also realized that stages no longer work as well. So I can't drag and create a stage, which is really important because it's how you group these workflows together and help with prioritizations for these linear builds where one agent researches and the next agent builds from the research and the next agent reviews the build. this linear kind of step-by-step flow doesn't work as well. So can you look into everything? You know, if I was to create a handoff workflow where one agent moves on to the next, how does that look? Maybe it does work. It just looks different because, you know, in the screenshot you can see right now I've got 3 agents connected to handoff. However, if you click into their settings, they all have different priorities. So it would go 1, 2, then 3. And maybe that's the new method and system for this kind of linear work. I'm just used to seeing it as a straight line where one agent connects to the next agent and that agent connects to the next agent. So please just look into the code and verify everything. And if there's any issues, please fix them. That is a hella complex, complicated code, man. Prompt. I just backtracked everything I said in the same prompt. Fable 5 must think I'm stupid. And I am kind of stupid, so I don't blame it. When is GPT 5.6 coming out, man? I'm super gassed about that. All right. What's chat saying? Yes, so W. Let's go. Yo, Bimbe, I'm just going to say, like, Fable has been a game changer because it literally was able to one-shot that feature. Already hyped, yeah. You know, like you need these UI, UX brand colors in your website too. Well, Sintra Foreign, the website is actually based off of dark mode. So this is what Ace looks like in dark mode. And the website is based off of what Ace looks like inside of dark mode. So that's how we designed the website. I just like using light mode. I think it looks cooler. But yeah, everyone obviously thinks differently and has a different preference. Ace building Ace when? I mean, we're getting closer every single day, man. We're getting closer every single day. I think the group chat is a huge bump. What's happened here? What was actually making Ace slow? Your long loading screen was mostly artificial. The board loading screen only checked is the board ready at animation loop boundaries over 3.6 seconds. By design, always played one full loop, so a board that was already in half a second still showed roughly 4 seconds of loading. Holding just a 1.1 second minimum beat, so fast opens don't flash. This is one deliberate design behavior change in the PR, so flag it if you want the full loop back. Streaming was the big CPU hog. Every text chunk from Claude arrives as its own WebSocket message, and each one rewrote the store and re-rendered every subscriber, including the huge board canvas component, dozens of times per second per agent. Chunk bursts are now coalesced into one batch update per 33 millisecond window. The first message after a quiet gap is still handled instantly. This also directly helps your focus lag if a run stream. Okay, cool. Project list startup ran blocking git commands one at a time. Saving your session was doing megabytes of redundant work. Every autosave repassed the entire persistent state out of local storage. Okay, what I chair, next steps, merge to dev. Actually, maybe let's get a review. We got GPT 5.5 to review. Have you thought about turning Ace into a mobile app? Yes, 100% I have. The only issue with that is for Ace to work as a mobile device, there would need to be cloud infrastructure because you basically would need to be able to connect your mobile device either to your computer and be able to control your team through there. That is definitely something I want to do. I just think it's a really big feature and I want to tackle that once Ace is already in a good state. I think there's a lot of kinks with Ace. So I don't want to tackle this whole new platform before we can't, perfect what it is inside of the platform we're already on. What would you say is the best free AI? Define free. I haven't really used many free AIs. Gemma 4 is probably the only local AI model I've used, and I like it. Fable one-shotted a bug that Opus 4.8 and GPT 5.5 couldn't. Damn. That's pretty cool. Okay. Let me just check what we're on. Only at 5%, 17% used. All right, let's go. Done. The duplicate sidebar is removed and the agent button now works. Ship to the dev. Merge to dev. It's already merged. Okay, cool. Let's open up dev. Right. Are we back? Are we back? I think I got it working again. Can anyone confirm? We are back. All right, let's go. God damn, man. I gotta fix my Wi-Fi, dude. I gotta fix my Wi-Fi. My Wi-Fi is literally so cooked right now. Like, I thought a little break, come back to some fixed Wi-Fi, but nah, man. Nah, all my sessions just stopped too because I ran out of Wi-Fi. So annoying. Okay, let me just get these going. Continue. It's kind of annoying when you don't have Wi-Fi. Zachary Lemon, how we doing? Hey mate, keen to sign up. I have a couple queues. We'll wait till you're back online. What up, bro? Check out link in the description if you're interested in Ace, by the way, anyone. Vince, nice to see you in the chat, although you probably left now. Sonny Doherty, been really loving the content recently. Thanks, bro. Appreciate it. I'm late to the stream, so sorry if you have already spoke about it, but what is your theory to Anthropic extending Fable 5 usage? I find the AI very interesting. Would love to know your thoughts. Yeah, honestly, I feel like someone in the chat summed it up pretty well. Let me try find it. I thought it was pretty funny. Yeah, Dog7 Dixon said, Anthropic's business model. Step 1, threaten to delete Fable 5. Step 2, watch users panic dump their entire life savings into token burn due to FOMO. Step 3, extend the deadline. Step 4, profit. I think also the release of GPT being hinted at for Thursday could also be another reason. Like, they want to be competing with GPT, right? And if 5.6 is as good as everyone says it is, then they might be cooked. Yo, Doobie, what's good? How did you deal with your exams, man? I have a chemistry exam this morning and I'm so stressed. Bro, you gotta lock in, man. You gotta lock in. I mean, I feel like if you just come prepared, then there's no need to be stressed. I actually kind of found exams kind of fun because they were like these little tests that you could do. And even if I sucked at it, like, it is what it is. It's not the end of the world, man. You're more valuable than whatever mark is on that exam. Man, I feel like I missed out on so much of you guys chatting. You guys were yapping while I was away. Man, whenever the Wi-Fi goes, I just get mad. It like cooks my brain a little bit because I'm like, oh shit, things are failing. All right, let's try to get this going again. Let me close the two aces. Let's open ace dev. All right, we're inside of ace dev. I think we have got the latest update. So let's have a look. Still taking a while to load. Okay, we're in. I don't know if that was faster. Do you work on your app all day, like 9 to 5? I work on my app during the live streams and off the live streams a little bit, but I also just make a lot of content. Like if you look at my YouTube channel, you look at my Instagram, I'm always posting a video every day. I'm always posting a long form every week. I'm always live streaming. Like, there's a lot of work behind the scenes that goes into running Doobie Booby. It's a full-time gig. Use Ethernet. It's not even, I'm pretty sure it's actually to do with my NBN box. Like my NBN box is showing like red lights and stuff. What is the next feature implementation? The next feature implementation is skills. I want to implement skills, but before we do that, I kind of want to go through fixing a couple of bugs. By the way, you need to advertise Ace more. If it weren't for one single video I saw from you, I would not have known about it. Yes, I do plan on advertising Ace more. I'm currently working on a mid-roll ad. And what a mid-roll ad is, it's usually what I accept for sponsorship deals, where in the middle of my videos, I will run an ad. So it's in this one. You can kind of see it here, where I start talking about EvoMap in the middle of this video. And so I want to start running these for Ace. And I want to start running it on better videos. And I think that'll be a good marketing strategy. But yeah, appreciate that, Bimbe. Slyfawn, yes, I'm back. Will skills be compatible with Claude Code skills? Yes. I basically want to create a skills library inside of Ace with some of my favorite skills, but also with the ability for you guys to install your own skills. And I think this will greatly improve Ace. And I kind of want it to look similar to this thumbnail, where the skills kind of hover around the agent. And it's really easy to point out, like, okay, this agent has these skills connected to it. Okay. What's going on? Pre-landing. Have we merged to dev yet? As I haven't really noticed much of a difference. Also, here are some additional findings. Okay, I'm getting distracted. Let me go here. Make dev default branch, task panel, making the output more aesthetic, implement auto out factory, system prompt generation button, CFR2 bucket for onboarding video. Oh, yep. Let me go into Claude, continue. Local models integration, add website heat map, Hotjar, referral, token estimates, feature requests, built-in usage limits, and also AI deciding what AI workflow is best for a prompt, / compact command. We should probably add that. Superbase CLI, agent history sidebar with global agent chat, allowing to see agent. Oh, we've already done this. We can tick that. The ability to orchestrate with bigger models, we've just done that. Remove Mac wording on docs, we need to do that. We can do this with. On the website, in the docs, we mentioned the word Mac. However, we have a Windows app as well. So I feel like this can deter people from wanting to use or download or pay if they have Windows. So can we comb through the docs on the website to remove any sort of wording around it being only for Mac? Also, at the very bottom of the website landing page, can we create an FAQ answering some basic questions that people might have regarding ACE? Some that come to mind is, does it cost API tokens, which is no, it connects to your subscription. It is BYO keys, so we don't supply, the AI tokens. And yeah, whatever others you might think of. Sent flow state for 200 joules. Yo, let's go. Cheers, Treasure Rose. Appreciate that, gang. No idea what that means, but I appreciate it. How do you not run out of credits? I have the max plan for Claude and Codex. Have you ever tried Grok? What up, Silly Led? Nice to meet you. Nice to see you on the chat. Have you ever tried Grok Build? It's pretty good, but only has a weekly credit limit. I have not tried Grok Build, but I've kind of been deterred from Grok ever since I tried it like a year ago. I feel like I haven't heard too many good things about it either, so I'm going to give you the golden gooseberry. Use web LLM. I've got too many golden gooseberries to count. What the hell is a golden gooseberry? Retro perspective. Web LLM. Like, is that an app, or are you just talking about using like LLMs on the web? High performance in-browser language model engine that leverage web GPU for. What is it exactly? I've never heard of it before. In terms of the logic, have you built this based on the MD files that you've done with your other videos yet? Yes, I have. The ACE and everything and the way that I vibe code, the rules that I follow on the live stream, everything is baked inside of ACE. That's with the harness. So basically what I realized when I'm building ACE is I'm not just building an app that lets AIs talk to each other. I'm building an agent harness. And this is a kind of a realization, a bit of an epiphany that has happened while I've started tackling this. And an agent harness is actually a really complex thing because it's basically what makes your app really good or really shit. And so I've had to kind of work on improving the harness over time by, adding rules and system prompts and stuff like that to make the outputs and the collaboration between agents better. See you, Bimbe. And I'm not going to say it's perfect yet, but we're a lot further than we used to be. So, I'll show you the ace bench that we ran yesterday. This is reduce CPU. To answer your question directly, no, PR was not merged yet. That's the whole reason you haven't felt. Okay. Let's merge to dev. Eight Havesh, how we doing, brother? Okay, we got ace bench running. So this is the bench that we ran yesterday, and we're finally gotten to a level where I'm pretty happy. So check this out. This is Fable 5 on the left-hand side, and this is Ace on the right-hand side. And so you can see Fable 5 did a pretty good job of creating this galaxy simulator, right? Like we can put the brightness down. You can see it's done a pretty good job. You can increase the rotation, 25,000 stars, 180 frames per second. Now, if we go over here, you can see this is Ace, and I think it's done a way better job. Like if we turn the brightness down a little bit, how cool does that look? It did 30,000 stars at 60 frames per second. And so we can increase the rotation here. And this just looks incredible. And so this is probably the first time that we've been able to get Ace to a level that is close, if not better, than Fable. This is the first time. And so it's good to see that at the rate we're improving, like we should be able to get Ace way better than Fable 5. It was just like a week ago or a week and a half ago where we ran this Ace bench and everyone in the chat was shitting on Ace. They were like, dude, Ace is not better than using just a normal model. And, I ran a poll in the chat, and for the first time, you guys actually thought Ace did a better job than Fable or Claude, Codex, sorry. So yeah, it was cool to see. It was really cool to see. We've created a ranking system now as well. Let me just... Can we just make sure everything's merged to main regarding any changes or any open PRs or anything like that? So good. So goes with your contextual window reductions as well then. Awesome. Was a good video. Cheers, Zachary. Appreciate that, bro. What's really neat about Ace as well is you can literally use that video as context. So I'm not going to do the video, but just to showcase what I'm talking about, if the board wants to load. I can literally go in here and add the video as context. So this is my YouTube live stream right now. And now this is context. So what I can do is I can add a agent, and boom, it can use the video as context. So anything that I've talked about, you can literally just have the agent use it as context. And yeah, one thing I've noticed, you deleted the wrong sidebar. I wanted to keep the one on the left and delete the one on the right, but you kept the one on the right and deleted the one on the left. Yeah, this is the wrong sidebar that we tried to delete. Summary, I combined the website for Mac only wording. Does it draw a reference from your live video while it's live? No, it does not. Only reason it does not do this is because YouTube does not allow for transcription for live videos. So it just can't, there's no method online that will let you transcribe live videos as they're happening on YouTube. So it doesn't work for live videos, but it works for any video that is already out. It does work for live videos after like 2 or 3 days. Wouldn't that bleed tokens, or have you implemented it so there's reductions as well? I mean, ACE is not a black box, okay? You can use ACE however you like. So you can use it in a way where it uses a lot of tokens, or you can use it in a way where it saves you tokens. For example, you could create an orchestration where you have Fable orchestrate a cheaper model, and that way Fable does all the heavy lifting, coming up with the idea and the execution, and then Codex, a cheaper model, just goes out and executes on Fable. So, you know, it all depends how you want to use ACE. If you want to use ACE by conserving your tokens, you can do that. If you don't want to use ACE by conserving your tokens, you can do that as well. I personally don't mind spending a little extra tokens for a little extra benefit. So connecting videos and stuff like that is perfectly fine to me. Like, this orchestration setup is one of our latest features, and it's really handy because it gives the lead, which is Fable right now, access. I've done Sonnet. Let's do Fable. Access to the agents below it. And this basically means that it can now assign tasks. So for example, I could go here and be like, what's the fastest 100-meter sprint ever? Like, just something simple, just to showcase what it does. And now you can kind of see Fable, the orchestrator, is thinking, and it's going to assign these two tasks. And you're going to watch it live here. So it's like, okay, what's the fastest 100-meter sprint ever? Now, obviously, you're going to be giving it much harder questions and problems than this, like, you know, make my app faster, or can you build this for me? But this is just to showcase you, like, this is obviously going to burn a shit ton of tokens, but it's just a showcase. We've also added like LLMs, like local llama as well, so you can literally connect local models to it too. Hey Doobie, I just watched a video on optimizing Claude usage. It was super helpful. I'm planning to start building with Claude and want to make sure I pick the right plan. Also came across your Build in Public series, really enjoying it and looking forward to learning from your journey. Any tips or things I should know before buying the Pro plan? Yeah, be very careful with how you use it. make sure you're following the rules to a T, because the pro plan does not give you much usage. So you need to make sure you're like really squeezing everything out of it. I'd recommend like an orchestration setup like this, so you can, have more expensive models, look after cheaper ones. So for example, if I used Claude here, so here you go, you can see it's assigned task. I've done this inside of the weather app, so it's going to, based off of this weather app contract that we've already made, it's basically giving them tasks to build the weather app. But yeah, you can kind of see how it's given them tasks, it's tagged them individually. At Poppy, you own the app itself. At Alfred, you own the data. And then it goes ahead, I'm handling Alfred's blah, blah, blah. And yeah, this is kind of how orchestration works. And it's really cool because you can tag these guys individually and just be like, hey, I actually don't like that you assigned it to Poppy. His name's Winnie now. That happened because I switched the model from Codex to Llama. But yeah, I hope that answers some of your questions, bro. And check out Ace if you're interested. There's a link at the top of the description. Okay, let's start going a bit harder. I feel like I'm getting distracted by a lot of things. So let's pump things out a little bit. Yes. You should actually notice once it's in, the performance pass is now live. Remove stub left rail. You're right, I made a judgment call there and shouldn't have flagged it instead of just picking one. The catch, the left bar you liked was actually a non-functional mock-up. Every button was an empty stub, which is why the agent icon did nothing when you pressed it, while the right box one held all the real functionality. Deleting the right one as is would have broken inserting agent entirely. For what you want is keep the real functionality, but give it the left bar's flat look. Let me restyle the working toolbar to match the left rail design you wanted to keep. Cool. Okay, I think is the subscription AUD? No, it's USD. If I do, I want to start using local models inside of Ace. However, I've noticed things are a little tricky right now because when I go to click the agent button, I've got the local model Llama local available. However, when I click on the actual agent, for example, if I picked Claude and then I open up the settings, model provider, it does not show me the Llama. It only shows me Claude, Codex, and Gemini. So can we just make sure the local model works and everything is smooth? Do you use Hermes Agent? If so, what for? Yeah, basically I just use Hermes Agent to read my emails. So it basically reads my emails and filters out all the BS and replies to all the legit ones for me. It does the first response and then lets me continue from there. There's definitely a lot you can do with Hermes. I just haven't really been going that deep into it, mainly because of Ace. But I do plan to use it more. And yeah, emails is a really good place to start. I recommend doing it slowly. Get comfortable with one thing and it doing that one thing really well, which is kind of what I'm doing with the emails, and then move it onto the next thing. Got to go again. See ya. Can you add an ACE API in the future? I would like to make an app with ACE that connects to ACE to scrape feedback and send it to my ACE project. By the way, is there a stream tomorrow? I will let you know. If there is a stream tomorrow, it will be scheduled. I'll let you know, Bimbe. But yeah, sure. We're implementing an ACE MCP/API, but it's going to be internally to start, just while we're testing it. And then once it's good enough, we're going to release it for anyone to use as well. Let me just keep current order, act as a focus specialist in this workflow, system prompt. Currently, this doesn't really do anything. Everything should just be ticked on by default. So can we actually just remove this entirely? Actually, so I actually want to improve this, and I want to implement skills into ACE. And basically what I want to do is I want to create a skills library which shows all of the Anthropic supported skills for now. I'd like to just start there. And basically what it does is it allows users to scroll through the library of skills available, and it lets them install them if they want to use one. I like the concept of the thumbnail, where when a skill is installed, it should kind of hover around the agent in like this circle motion, kind of allowing us to understand, okay, this has these skills. How are you collecting the data for the app? I mean, it's all manual right now. I don't really collect any data. We have a ACE feedback section here in the Discord, or when a bug occurs inside of ACE, there's a report button. That's it. All your data is stored locally, so I don't really take any data from you guys. Probably go plan first. I would eventually like to expand this into a way where users can start pasting GitHub repos and are able to install skills through that method. But for now, we should just use Anthropic's own supported skills. Do you use a Mac station? I actually use a MacBook Pro. So I'm working inside of my MacBook Pro right now. Alpha, how we doing? What are we up to? We're currently using the squeezing the life out of Fable and getting our money's worth. Codex MCP, client wiring, and 640 are both green, conflict free, and ready. Do you authorize me to merge them into dev now? Yes, merge both. Damn, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different AI instances, all Claude Fable running right now. You were right to be suspicious. I found and fixed 3 real bugs. Your screenshot is the new linear method, but it was broken. The handoff pill is the redesign's replacement for the straight line chain connecting agent to agent now. Always creates that central junction, and switching it to handoff is supposed to run the members one after another, each receiving the previous agent's output. The good news, the data handoff always worked. Agent 2 and 3 really do get the previous agent's output injected as context. The bad news, confirmed with repro tests. Let me just go into this one. Now we've got context debate review. So what's kind of interesting here now, the bad news confirmed with repro test. The run priority dropdown did nothing. It shipped with the July redesign, but the code that reached priority for run ordering was removed back in May. Execution always followed canvas position. So your 1, 2, 3 settings were pure decoration. Worse, saving priorities on several agents in a row corrupted even the store numbers. The handoff junction reshuffled your chain anyway. It reused debate group logic that promotes the strongest model by an internal capability score to run first, silently overriding your intended order. Drag to create a stage was genuinely dead, not just hidden. The drag worked, but the click event browser's fire after releasing a drag instantly wiped the selection and the create stage button before you could see it. Never fires that click, which is why this worked before the redesign. What I fixed and verified for your current board once the PR merges to dev. Okay, now another thing worth considering is that with the original system where we go left to right, we used to be able to give them specific handoffs. So one could be a handoff, the next could be a debate, review, and then we could have done something custom as well. The issue with this, however, is now we have to use handoff for all the agents. How do I use review? Do we need to create a stage? Is that the workflow? I see, but I meant for building the app. How am I collecting data to build the app? I mean, I just test it myself and see if things work. If things break, then I'll fix it. I can also get Fable to control a browser and test the app through there as well. Yeah, it's nothing crazy. Alright. Runtime, publish and verify. Cool. This was merge to main is moving under us. When you said merge to main, the release batch was a clean 3 PRs. The already reviewed in the last few minutes. Other agents merged 2 more PRs into it. So dev main release right now would also ship. Ship only the website change. Reduce CPU unload. What's going on here? So cool. Things do feel faster on dev now. They do feel more responsive. Let's just have a quick look. If I open up dev fresh, has it really been optimized or what? Okay, that was quick. That was very quick. Nice. Okay, I will say one more thing worth considering is when I open Ace for the first time, like the app, it takes a couple seconds for the app to like open up on my screen, like a bit longer than most other apps. And I'm wondering, can we create some sort of mini loading box that pops up before the app comes out, or what can we do to either reduce the time of the app opening? Can we look into this a little more? Move them to the existing files web code terminal toggles actually do work today. Turning one off hard blocks the matching tools for the agent via the Claude CLI. What should happen to them when real skills arrive? All capabilities always on. Install once app wide. Where should installed skills apply? Skills files ultimately land in the project workspace so Claude Code can discover them. Install once app wide. Every agent gets them with per agent tick rows clicked by default to opt out. Okay, let me go to Claude Design. New chat. Okay, so now I want to create Claude skills and I want to implement skills. And basically what this is going to be is where the current skills section is at the bottom. When you click open an agent, I want to put it there. And it's basically going to be a skill library. I'm picturing like, a column of 2 with icons on them with the names of the skill. And people can kind of scroll through them and install them. And then I think when a skill is on a specific agent, there should be this cool hover effect, similar to what we've done with the thumbnails, where there's these tiny little icons hovering around the AI agent. Let's try Fable 5 on this. I'm wondering if inside here we have this used to be the output block, but we no longer have this. This is a repository. We will also be replacing this icon with the skills marketplace. So when users click this, it pops up on top of the canvas, kind of like an agent setting, similar. Let's go Fable 5. Yeah, medium effort, maybe high. Let's run that. I'm curious to see how we get. Please create 3 alternatives for how this could look so I can pick between one. Claude agents only for now. Orbit icon appears only on Claude agents. How should the skills library catalog be sourced? Okay. What up, user? What is this? Can you make a video on what is AI? What do you mean? Like a documentary style video or? Hey, Jmart's app is now live. Pretty cool. Vault battles. What's my usage at? Is on main. The only loose thread is cosmetic and not a code issue. We built this function where based on however many all the agents have built. So for example, if Ace only builds 5 out of 6 and GPT builds 6 out of 6, Claude Fable only builds 4 out of 6, we only mark them based on the 4 that all of them have participated in. Can we look into if this is shipped or not? What is this UI? This is my app Ace. It lets you have your AI agents collaborate with each other. You can learn more, first link in the description. But yeah, this is my little baby that I've been working on. Yes, stages are the workflow for mixed interactions, and I just verified the whole flow works live in the app. Here's the picture, the 2 systems and what each can do. Junction, group, your screenshot, all agents connected to one hub share a single interaction. The menu screenshotted sets it for the whole group. You can't make one spoke, handoff, and another review. That's by design. The junction is the group, and the only interaction describes how the group works together. Stages. This is where per step interactions live, and it's the true successor to your old left to right chain. Each stage runs in priority order, and the connection between stages carries its own interaction. So stage 1 handoff, stage 2 review, stage 3 custom, exactly like the old system with just groups instead of single nodes. A stage can hold one agent or several. How to do it? Drag it a box around each set of agents. Hover a stage's border, right click the label pill on that connection. One discoverability trap I hit myself. Left clicking on the label does nothing. The menu only opens on right click. The tooltip says right click to configure. If you'd been clicking left clicking, that's why it felt like the review wasn't available. 2 extras worth knowing. The same right click menu has this agent also reads section. Checkboxes controlling which earlier stage output. If you don't draw a connection between stages, they still chain automatically in order with the default handoff. All of this sits on top of the PR fixes. Who wants that merged to dev? Perfect. That's a big fix. What tech do you use for this, and why did you build this? I use Claude and Codex to build this. I built it because I wanted to create an environment that is easy for people that have never touched AI before to be able to do these more complex workflows without having to know how, like, the technical jargon behind it. You just need to connect dots together, drag and drop, and boom. It's very intuitive and easy to learn. And yeah, that's Ace. The launch investigation is done and fixes up. What was actually slowing the open? Your instinct was what? That something happens before the app comes out, and it turns out to be 3 stacked delays. A network call on every single launch before the server is even allowed to start. This was the big one. Every launch ran, plus a manifest download, just to conclude the runtime is already up to date before spawning the server. That's a 1 to 4 seconds of pure network wait every time, sitting between the loading screen and the app. Now when a runtime is installed and nothing flagged an update, the server starts immediately and the check happens in the background 15 seconds later. A heavy dependency. Electron updater loaded at boot, even though it's only needed 12 seconds after launch, now loaded lazily. The window was created after other setup work, IPC handlers. It's now the first thing that happens, so pixels hit your screen as early as Electron allows. About the mini loading box, good news, it already exists. That Ace starting up screen with the pulsing dots is exactly that. It was just slow to appear. One trade-off you should know about: if a content update publishes while Ace is closed, the app now opens instantly on the current version and shows the usual restart to apply prompt about 15 seconds in, instead of silently installing during launch. 2 things need your call. These are Electron shell files, so they will not reach your installed apps through the normal content update channel. They need a full desktop release. If you want to feel this fix soon, I can prep the desktop release, otherwise it rides along whenever you need next cut one. Let's merge to dev, and then let's a full desktop release. If that is the case, then maybe what we should do is let's do a deep dive. Is there anything else with the desktop release that we need to fix? Can you review the code? Can you just review, is everything optimized? Nothing breaks? And if everything's good, then we can merge all of that into dev as well and create a full fresh new bundle, since I don't want to have to do this over and over again, and neither do the paying customers. So you built an N8N clone, lol, and I need to go, sorry. I mean, yeah, a lot of people say it's an N8N clone, but it really isn't. I mean, it's similar, but N8N is more than AI agents. It lets you do like a bunch of stuff. This is specifically for AI agents. You need to connect API keys to N8N. Here, it's downloaded locally, so it connects to your subscription. To create things like orchestrate, it's super complex in N8N. You need to watch tutorials, you need to watch videos on how to use N8N, how to do blah, blah, blah. And it can take you 30 minutes plus to set up. Here, it doesn't take that long. Everything's connected. You just drag and drop. N8N is not like for AI agents. It's to build like workflows that incorporate all sorts of things. This is specifically for AI agents, and it's for noobs. It's for people who don't know how to do anything. N8N, there's like a skill, a barrier to entry, but ACE doesn't have that. Can we fix the timeout issue that we faced with the lava lamp when Ace was doing it? Cool. These are all working now. Nice. Looks really good. Let's have a look at Claude design. ABC was that orbit. Okay, so click this. Code. Close. I don't really see the orbit. Oh, when you hover over it. That's cool. That's pretty sick. Dock. Ooh, that's clean. Damn. Dude, that looks really cool. I think we go orbit though. Let's go with orbit. I don't love how the marketplace looks right now. Because not all skills are installed. Users need to opt in to install that skill. So for example, there'll be a little download button, and once they click it, then they will be able to tick it. Okay. For example, there'll be a little download button, and once they click it, okay. Now, if I was to click here, scroll down, nice. Clicking this goes there, cool. I think that inside of the AI agent settings, skills, we should only really show like the top 6 or whatever skills are already connected, or the top 6 most used skills, and then the browse skills marketplace option. Man, Fable is too good. Look how nice it did these. Like, they look so nice. Okay. Ace's own product default, enjoy code, not a bench knob. How do you want to fix it? It's inside of, okay. Okay, give me a prompt explaining the issue, and I'll let another agent inside of the Ace app know what's going on and see if they can fix it. Okay, hard missions with the truncated research stage. Stopped at stage 1, research cut off. The model call is cut off at exactly 600 seconds. All right, let me copy this. Paste it into Fable. Let me just check the website. We've shipped a new change. At the bottom, there should be an FAQ. Nice, looks good. Okay. This looks really good. Nice. All right, share. Let's share. Send to Claude. Send. Copy prompt. New session. Find the Ace repo. If I gave Ace a 200-page document brief, will it reduce this and break it down so it doesn't just bleed tokens? So not by default, but what I'm about to add is the Ace skills library. And what you can do is by using a tool, a skill such as context 7, you will be able to break these bigger documents down. Right now, skills are not inside of Ace. So no, it wouldn't do that. It would just read the entire thing. But also maybe you could prompt it and just be like, hey, this is a 200-page document brief. Could you please break it down? You know, like the world is your oyster with Ace as well. But yeah, skills are coming out soon, so you'll be able to use these certain tools. I think Task Manager is another one. Task Manager, skill, Claude. Is it this one? Not that one. I have to find it for you, but there is a skill that does that for you. And once we implement skills, you can just add that skill. Kind of like here, you can see we've introduced the skills library. And we're basically installing this into Claude right now. And you can kind of hover over Claude and see the different skills. It's kind of cool, right? Okay, boom. Can you write me a prompt based off of your plan? Actually, I can just copy. Copy. Yeah, this should work. Use Claude design. What's my usage at? Oh, we're at 100%. Oh shit. All right. Damn, we'll have to wait until our usage resets. God damn, that happened quick. I think it was because of Claude design. Damn. All right. Well, that about wraps up the stream. Sorry for the mid kind of Wi-Fi error. We've used up our usage limit for the day, and we're gonna have to wait another hour and a half. So in the meantime, might eat some lunch. Thanks for joining me today, guys. Thank you, Zachary. Appreciate you asking the questions, brother. Kept the stream interesting. Thank you, Alpha, Bimbe, Anch, 8 Havish, Lucas Brown, Henry Keen. Thank you, Retro Perspective, Treasure Rose, Silly Led. Appreciate you guys joining in. Vince, Sintra Foreign, Emilio. I'll catch you all later. And yeah, hopefully see you tomorrow as well. Peace out. Bye.